Freedom March with Rodney Munker. Up next on ILTV.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of ILS or the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a product of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented, in part or entirety, without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2024. All rights are reserved.
Marijuana is a dangerous drug.
The Queen is dead! God save the King!
There can never be rape in marriage. BMW sound like bad mad wagon. Not only am I saved, I'm saved and sanctified. The revolution is alive, and we must continue to document it.
Freedom!
Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome once again to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Munker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. Brother Roll, I welcome you to Freedom March.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Today is Tuesday, the 11th day of February in the year of our Lord 2025. Two Negro taxi drivers, both of whom it is alleged were armed, and one was wearing an ankle bracelet. This is two jitney drivers in the area, I'm advised, of Yamacraw Road near Budget Food Store. They got into a dispute, notwithstanding it is alleged that both men had their jitney full to its capacity. They exit the jitney, they continue to row. Before it was all over, both of the Negro public service drivers, it is alleged, took out their gun and they began to shoot at one another. So that is the mystery of the reports which I have received as it relates to jitney drivers having a gun battle. So ankle bracelet is on the jitney driver. I'm certain that the controller of road traffic will send for him and do a physical inspection. So that is what is taking place. Prime Minister Philip Davis has described as horrific the sexual assault by a Negro father committed upon his twins Negro infant children. So that is very phenomenal. Meanwhile, a man who is placed in media, he talks on a show. We'll talk about him when I come back, because it's time the police lock him up. We'll talk about him when I come back. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save baby girls and adult young women. God save the King. Hold on, everybody. I'm here.
Freedom March with Rodney Munker will be right back after this.
With PTC's crystal clear mobile service, stay connected seamlessly, whether on land or at sea. Our reliable postpaid plans keep your loved ones closer, no matter where life takes you.
Hello, ambitious women. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? This is your chance to shine. I'm Adriana Fox, co-founder of the Fox Foundation.
And I'm Adriel Fox, legacy advocate of the Fox Foundation.
We're thrilled to announce the second annual Women's Entrepreneurship Episode Grants Initiative, created to empower and support women like you who are making waves in the business world.
This year, we're offering $75,000 in grants to female entrepreneurs with innovative business ideas in undersaturated markets and industries that have yet to reach their full potential. Our top 3 prizes are $25,000 for first place, $20,000 for second place, and $15,000 for third place. In addition, 7 runner-ups will receive $2,000.
We encourage businesses such as those in digital markets like web innovations, AI-driven service, niche e-commerce, or emerging industries such as green technologies, health tech, cultural tourism, and personalized educational platform. Whether you're launching a startup, scaling your business, or tackling that big idea that needs a financial boost, this grant is for you. Last year, we funded 10 incredible entrepreneurs, and this year, it could be you.
Imagine what you could achieve with the funding to grow your dreams.
Apply now and join a powerful community of women entrepreneurs leading the way. Applications are open from January 31st to February 28th. Don't wait. Visit our website for more information. This is your opportunity to break into a growing market and make an impact. Apply today and let's build a future of unstoppable women entrepreneurs together.
This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Ready? Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and I want him to get the nation ready because this country needs a lot of spiritual healing. And I'm going to talk about a man in media. Say, don't mind the media. Don't mind them. I'm going to tell you about a man steeped in media who boasts the eardrum of his daughter. Don't mind these people. They're not safe. And in case the Tribune wants to know if I'm working, I am working. And I'm very upset with the Royal Bahamas Police Force that this journalist, this man in media, could voice the eardrum of his daughter, and he could be on radio talking up a bunch of folly. It's just amazing. All right? So don't mind these feminine activists. Depending on who the man is, they pussyfoot. Take it from me, but I know what is going on. My spiritual advisor, are you ready?
All right, let's go. Yeah. Thank you so much. Good to be here. Let's go. We got a reading today from the book of 1 Timothy. Is it chapter 6? Yes, I think it is. 17 to 18. Apostle Paul charged to Timothy, he says, command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain, but to put their hope in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. Command them to do good, to be rich in good deeds, and to be generous and willing to share. 1 Timothy 6, 17 through 18. I read from the NIV. The word of God is always blessed. Amen.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. I do
Indeed.
thank you indeed.
Absolutely.
Well, folks, there's so many interesting things taking place in the country. According to information which I have received in my capacity as one of the King's Justices of the Peace, apparently at some point today, maybe early this morning, I believe, 2 Negro men in the transportation business, both of whom, it is alleged, are in possession of public service badges. And it is also further alleged that they completed Bahama House with honor. So this is very significant because no Negro citizen is permitted in the transportation business unless he first does Bahama House. So it's very important. And Bahama House, and I've documented, is required to teach history, to talk about being disciplined and respectful. But I can tell you, having sat back last year and listened to Bahama House being lectured online, they had most of the information incorrectly. But I didn't straighten them because the person whom the government has assigned is more educated than I am, and they went to college. But certainly they did not know that the primary school on Kemp Road was named after Uriah McPhee, who died in 1968. But they went to university and they lecture at what did I call it? I'm getting old. What did I say they had to do? Bahama House. And of course, Bahama House is very, very expensive. In fact, I declare it to be a ripoff. It's a long process, but it's a ripoff. So these 2 jitney drivers, it is alleged they got into a dispute, and then it is alleged that they exit their jitney. But they were as hot as cayenne pepper, and before the passengers realized, both men, it is alleged, grabbed their guns. Apparently they went back to their buses, if I understand it correctly, grabbed their guns and they had a shootout. I'm not aware if any of their hands were straight and whether or not any of them was successful in shooting the other person, but I have been told scientifically that one of the jitney drivers has a big ankle brace on his ankle. And of course, apparently there's this legal argument which is, don't mind he has on the ankle brace. Don't mind the charge he's been accused of. He has not been convicted, and therefore the law presumes he's innocent. Isn't that beautiful? So that is what the law presumes. But I am advised that this is alleged. It appears that the authorities don't want to speak about it. So up to the point that I entered this upper newsroom, I could not get further and better particulars. But it has been alleged that it happened on Yamacraw Road in the area of Budget Food Store. I can't confirm it. This is what has been told to me. and I verily believe it. I find it very exciting that a jitney driver who has a big ankle brace on his Negro ankle also has a gun in his vehicle, and to the best of my knowledge, while jitney drivers say that they're businessmen, they have not been the category of business people whom the government has been giving small gun license to. Okay? So that is what has happened. It is horrific. It is dangerous. And the controller of road traffic, I'm told that she is a woman, and I call upon Madam Controller to immediately conduct an inspection to see who all in the taxi, the jitney, and the transportation business who are wearing ankle bracelet, and not for using dirty words, not for cursing, okay? If they have on an ankle bracelet for cursing, well, perhaps you can ignore it, but I think it's tragic that we can have jitney drivers. We know that many of our jitney drivers, and for a short time, I drove jitney. But I never speed. I was always afraid to speed because I was afraid I would buck up. So I always took my time, and they would blow and overtake me, and I would pull on the side, let them pass me, and so forth. And then after a while, I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to drive no jitney. I'm going to leave the jitney alone. So that is what has taken place, I'm advised. Now, in the paper is an article in which the Prime Minister, after being asked a question, that's Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis, by one of the Negro media them, and they wanted to know what was the Prime Minister's views on the fact that a young father has admitted and pleaded guilty to the sexual assault of his twin baby daughters. And the Prime Minister described it as horrific. The Prime Minister pointed out that after the legislature, that's the House of Assembly and the Senate, would have passed the law, and it is assented to by the personal representative of our blessed King, King Charles III, which is the Governor General, and it becomes law. The executive does not get into the passing of sentences. That is reserved exclusively for the third branch of the government them, and that would be our judicial system, the court. And of course, in the case of this Negro father whom we discussed yesterday, he, after his 16-year-old Negro daughter began to testify and to give the court the descriptions of his act, she became extremely emotional, and apparently he recognized that he was in a terrible state, that his female 16-year-old daughter is telling a judge, a jury, the court, that she saw her father naked upon the twin daughters, and what acts he was carrying on. Got it? So the Prime Minister said it was horrific. He thought it was terrible. And I'm certain the Prime Minister expressed sadness over the fact that men, young men, could be so grossly irresponsible, so reckless, so ungodly, that they would do that to a child. And you would recall that I pointed out to you yesterday, let's not get into the argument, oh, he did it to he shouldn't have done it to his child. He should not have done it to no child. Because his child and the other child, they're all equal, and we are all required to protect the child. Now, in the media, take it from me, there is a man who is in journalism. He is not saved, but he had some very horrible things to say. And I will tell you what kind of Negro man I've always been, depending on what you say. If I find you praying a lot, I will ask people, is he saved? And if I find you being disgusting, carrying on, I also do the same thing. So I'm in a position to tell you that that Negro, who's had a lot to say, has burst the eardrum of his daughter. And this Royal Bahamas Police Force has not prosecuted him. I want you to hear what I just said. You see, I investigate, but I'm forced now to say it, because the Tribune don't think that I'm working on cases. I'm working on this case where that no good, weightless man burst the eardrum of his daughter. And his big thing in them other media. Okay? He doesn't work in this organization where I am. If he was, I would confront him. And everybody know I'm sick. But that is what he has done. So don't mind these people. These people are not saved. They're hypocritical. They're ready to run down other people, but they cover up. They cover up when he bursts the eardrum. So I thought I would say that, and I call upon him, please don't burst the next eardrum. Please don't do that. Don't mind the police didn't prosecute you. Don't mind you get away. Please don't do that. It is wrong. It is a violation of human rights. And no matter what sins that you may think your daughter is guilty of, you don't burst her eardrum. I think that's very important. And as the Spirit moves me, I shall reveal to you the media. Okay? They thought they got me. And I look at those Negroes and I said to myself, do they not know that I came from the loins of a policeman? Do they not know that I have the gift to investigate? And this is as much as I would say. I thank God that the County Joe people are upset over it. And that is the clue that I believe with you, Negroes. My spiritual advisor, the Prime Minister, thought it was horrific what took place with the twin girls.
Yeah, man, it has everybody upset, actually.
He threw it on the judiciary when, in fact, it was, I put blame on the Director of Public Prosecution, Mrs. Help me with the name of the director.
Cordell Fraser.
Mrs. Cordell Fraser. And I'm watching Mrs. Cordell Fraser. I'm very displeased with her. I'm going to talk to a man whom it is alleged is her pastor. And I'm going to ask him whether or not he thinks he can pray for her from afar. So this is what is going on. And once again, the PLP knows that it was the FNM who created this independent office. So it's us. We in the FNM, we did it. We created an independent director of public prosecution, arguing that this is how we would keep the government out of the affairs of the prosecution when our Constitution, now please forgive me, I'm not that educated, but our Constitution made the Attorney General our chief prosecutor, but under the leadership of Carl Bettel and Dr. Hubert Alexander Minnis, I believe it's them. I do not set to mislead you or to lie on them, but I believe it's them, that it was them and us, we in the FNM, we created the Independent Director of Public Prosecution. Now they say the Attorney General can't tell her nothing because she is independent of the Attorney General. I want to know if the Attorney General is the Attorney General and if he can abdicate his responsibility. Now coming back, this is Freedom March. God said the office of the Attorney General. When is the PLP going to delete the office of Director of Public Prosecution?
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2020. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back. My name is Rodney Munker. We shall go immediately to my spiritual advisor who has a number of ads to read. Brother Roll.
Yeah, thank you so much. Get ready for a night of love. Nassau, Bahamas, get ready for a night of love. Alpha Sound Promotions invites you to Back to Love, an unforgettable evening of smooth R&B vibes and cherished memories. Join us at the Nassau Cruise Port on Saturday, February the 15th for a spectacular all-white affair you won't want to miss. Featuring live performances by Freddie Jackson, Regina Bell, and the Essence Band. Tickets available at BahamasTickets.com, Plantation Bar and Grill, Big Boys Cafe, Tropics Bar and Grill. For more information, contact 822-6863. Sorry, that's 822-6863. Mark your calendar, dress in your finest white attire, and join us for a night of love, music, and pure elegance. Do you enjoy watching Freedom March? If so, advertise your business today for as low as $50. Contact us now at 557-0258, 557-0258, or 557-0259 for the Impact Package. Freedom March. Thanks so much, producer. Back to you.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. So, folks, there are a lot of violence taking place in the country, and there are many people who are called upon to play a major role, and they're not playing that major role. And you would recall that on Friday past, I show you a fight at Doris Johnson Senior High School on Prince Charles Drive, in which a number of Negro female students were in a big scrap. You are aware that there are many women organizations in the country. There is a woman who's related by marriage to one of the heroes of the Free National Movement, Modesta Moore. She has a woman organization, and this organization is principally committed to fighting sexual things. But Modesta has failed to go to Doris Johnson High School and meet with the Negro female student population. But she believes in women's rights. But notwithstanding all that calamity among the young female, what has Modesta done? Modesta Moore, who is related to the F&M hero Maurice Moore by marriage. We have the Zonta Woman Association. You know the Zonta, that high, sophisticated group of Negro women. They've not gone to Doris Johnson School to talk with the Negro female population, the school population. They have not. I could name them. Now, you're not going to believe me. Take it from me. Those students are just too black for them, just too poor for them. They don't want to associate with them. And so they're up and down, running on. I just saw a group of students. They were throwing rock. And when somebody said it to me, I said, call Modesta Moore. Call the Zonta. Let them come. Let me see whether or not they are committed to sensitizing and providing the necessary community leadership for our young females. No, that is not their issue. They're concerned about marital rape. That is their concern. Can you imagine it? Old women who should be seeking Jesus now. That's what they're concerned about. But the young female, the young males, they're not prepared to go to the school, to volunteer, to provide counseling. That is the calamity that we find ourselves in which the intellectual, let's call them the intellectual, they're not playing their role. They're not doing anything. They're not assisting. You do not see them in the community. They're not in Bain Town. Every now and then, they would go to whatever that park name in Angliston, every now and then. But both sides of that, they're not doing anything to help to manage and to provide the necessary leadership for our young female. My spiritual advisor, I've been running on. I forgot that I've not asked you to comment, so I'm going to keep.
That's fine. I mean, no man. Let me just when it gets exciting for me,
yeah,
I'm gonna butt in.
You're gonna butt in.
Yeah.
Well, then you have to say to me, you have to incite me. Can't you incite me?
Yeah. Well,
and say
I don't want to incite you the wrong way to cause you say things you ought not to say. But
for instance,
I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
What have I said that you should
listen,
not
in the
say?
first instance, I'm trying to figure out why did you attack the ghost person who was in media for bursting, is it the child or the girlfriend eardrum?
I never said anything about girlfriend.
No,
his daughter eardrum.
Okay, so you attacked this person, right?
I did.
Okay, now got to be a reason behind it.
Of course.
Now, why did you do that?
They are playing journalists.
Yeah, but
you see what would you do?
Okay.
You see how you don't want an answer from me? I won't give you an answer, but I do have a political reason for attacking. I'm setting them up.
Now,
yeah.
Now, are they the subject of hypocrisy as the reason why you would attack
Hypocrisy is their father, and the job upon which the organization for which they work is full of hypocrisy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all that I require of is he who comes to equity must come with clean hand. If you're going to criticize, then you must be open to confession. You must come forward and say, I burst my daughter eardrum. But I thank God that I had good contact in the Royal Bahamas Police Force, that I was able to burst her eardrum and not get prosecuted. Okay.
Now, every male in this entire Commonwealth of Bahamas who have children, in particular those who have, in the Bahamian vernacular, girl children, gal children, I think the Bahamian Minister made a very, very interesting statement that all of us need to pay attention to.
Yes.
And here's what he says. He says, our fathers needs to be caring and protective.
Yes.
And not predators.
Yes.
Especially with your girl children.
Yes.
You find that most fathers, they protect their girls.
Yes.
Most. Especially me. And as a matter of fact, you know, where I am so happy in protecting my daughter that I always want to go and see her to see how she's doing. And guess what happened? I have a check here from a man who understands protecting your daughters, Vasco Bastian. Because he's like me, he has a daughter, and he understands the love you have for your daughter to protect them. And so he has given me a check that I can buy a ticket to go to Canada to see my daughter. And that's what fathers do. It's a crying shame that we have men who I don't understand this. And mind you, if I'm not mistaken, did not the judge ask that he receive psychiatric treatment? This case. Is it not true?
I think you are correct.
Right, because something got to be wrong. Now, I'm not trying to make any excuse for his actions, but it does seem as if something is wrong with this man, that he has decided that he would go down.
What if you bush your daughter eardrum?
That is wrong.
You think that
wrong.
person needs psychiatric assistance?
Yeah, it's a possibility. You know, Sandra, there are times, when parents decide to punish their children, and I understand that kids could do some very, very, very strange things that would set you on a course that you don't want to go on, but you still have to be mindful that you have to be conscious in your decision to punish the child. At the spur of the moment, something the child did, I don't know, he responded in a way that is not acceptable, and there are times when it happens, I'm almost certain that he was sorry he did it. I'm almost certain he could have been charged with, what do you call it, abuse?
Okay.
Yeah, he could have been charged with abuse.
Okay.
And I'm sure that it's something he probably never did again. But in this case, I am really encouraging, all men, This is a very powerful statement made by the Prime Minister, how we are to protect our children, in particular our daughters, man. Come on, and these daughters of his, so 3 years old, is it? From what I'm understanding, it's 3 years old?
Well, it started when they were 2. They're now 4 years old.
Jesus, I may say.
Yeah.
Something is seriously wrong.
Yeah.
This man definitely needs to have a mind re-evaluation.
But notwithstanding that, there is a sector of the media that has covered up the man voicing his daughter eardrum. See, when I tell you all
Right,
these
right.
people...
You say they're covering up.
Yes, my spiritual advisor.
I mean...
When I tell you that these people are not saved...
Do they know?
I know.
That doesn't mean they don't know.
They gotta know. They're more intelligent.
That doesn't mean they know.
I want you to listen to me. They're more intelligent than I am. I know. They know. It's journalism. If you're playing journalism, you go into the field and you conduct an investigation. Okay? But I want him to know that he got away this time, but if he busts the next eardrum, he will not get away. Okay? He will not get away if he does it again. Okay? When it was brought to my attention that he burst her eardrum, I began to ask, what would have caused him to burst her eardrum? Now, there are many fathers who become extremely upset when their daughters have little boyfriend. Many years ago, a Rasta on a fast motorbike, he started liking my boy 14-year-old daughter many years ago. And so one day, as he was prancing many years ago, it is alleged that out of the clear, he died. And everybody's still investigating what was the circumstances surrounding that. But that is what has happened in our country. The problem is many of us, we have forgotten our history. But I'm tired of these media who are covering up and writing all kind of articles talking about they're protecting the woman's right. Well, I got the police position on it. Okay? I got the police position on it. And I smiled and I said, my God, I can't believe this level of hypocrisy So I call on the media. I call on journalists. Are you playing journalists? Please stop the violence. Okay? Y'all can only get away with it because y'all are working with an institution that is just as corrupt and dishonest. So this is powerful. So you have a check? My special advisor?
Yeah, man.
Is this the check here?
Yeah, man. Vasco Bastien is a man of his word.
Okay.
You know, he did.
And
he
you
did
will be
mention
going
yesterday.
where?
To Toronto, man.
Okay.
Toronto.
Well,
For a couple of days. Not now.
I won't be able to
But
join you.
I want to take advantage of the weekend when folks celebrate what is called. They have something called Good Friday, right?
Really?
Yeah, I want to take advantage of
They
the
have Good Friday?
Yeah. So to get Good Friday.
These are Christians?
Yeah, well, you know, they say Jesus Christ was crucified. And listen, I want you to follow me this year again.
My spiritual advisor.
As I do every year. Just give me a second. Follow me.
I'm asking you a question. I
Yes,
raised up the point.
people celebrate Good Friday because a lot of people
there?
believe that
In-
Jesus... Man, this is
In
worldwide.
Canada?
Jesus Christ is worldwide, okay?
But if Canada is as Christian
No,
as you
Sandra.
claim,
No, Sandra, man, stop it,
My
man.
spiritual
No,
advisor, I'm
listen,
asking you a question. You don't want to answer it.
In the Bahamas, we, for the most part, there's some folks who celebrate Good Friday. Let's leave this in the Bahamas.
Leave what in the Bahamas?
This Good Friday celebration.
In the Bahamas?
It's in the Bahamas,
But
yes.
you raised it about in Canada.
No, I didn't.
So who
I
who
told,
said?
man.
You're
Rodney,
leaving on Good Friday?
Rodney, please,
My
man.
spiritual advisor answered the question.
You know something?
Are you leaving on
listen,
Good Friday?
I'm not going to allow you to mess me up. Now you stop this foolishness, man.
So you're not leaving on Good
I know
Friday?
what you plan on doing, you know.
What am I
I
planning
know
to
you
do?
plan. Rodney,
What am I
don't
planning to
let the
do?
devil get in you today, man.
My spiritual advisor, control
Don't do that.
your emotion. I'm a senior citizen.
So in the Bahamas, let's get back to the Bahamas.
Goodness
Every year
mercy.
we celebrate what is called Good Friday, right?
In the Bahamas.
Right.
Not Canada.
Let's stick in the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas.
Not Canada. Boy, oh boy, you something, eh? When you go to Canada, I'm going to stay with Donald Trump, and I will pray until Canada becomes the fifth place state. Let me leave you alone. Go ahead.
So I'm going to take advantage of that weekend.
Okay.
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, come back Tuesday.
So which day is Good Friday?
April the 18th.
Really?
If I'm not mistaken. Yes, April 18th.
Okay.
So, and of course, see, Vasco is not only a part of this plan,
Okay.
but don't forget now, we have a very...
He's going to Canada too?
No, I say he's not a part of that. Just let me finish, man. You caused me to lose my patience, Sandra.
My spiritual advisor, relax.
So, you know, how this works for me every year is that our GM...
Our GM.
Yeah, our GM
What is
here,
GM?
the general manager.
Okay.
All right, Grisham Major. He has a daughter, and he understands as well my love for my daughter and my family.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask him very generously
Okay.
for just a little time off so I could go
Okay.
and, you know, enjoy this little trip. Because
Okay.
men who love their daughters understands how important it is to protect them. And here's why we're doing this. Because, just give me a second, you have a daughter too. So here's what we're doing. As men who love their daughters, we want to lead the way for them because we would want them to choose men like their fathers.
Really?
That's what it's all about.
Okay.
You see, because you want them to choose responsible men,
Okay.
men who would love them, cherish them, who would not harm or hurt them,
Okay.
and men who would love them unconditionally. So this is why men are supposed to make sure that when you raise daughters, you raise your daughter with the mindset that when she moves on in life and she chooses a male partner, that he would be similar to her father.
Now, what happens if she chooses a male partner that you don't like?
Well, Sandra, there's always discussions with that, and mind you...
And what if she doesn't listen?
Listen, treating your daughter and understanding her feelings and treating her in a respectful way, you still have to understand that she still has a mind of her own.
Okay.
And she would make decisions, sometimes that would be contrary to what you would want her to.
Okay.
But in that case, you would want to express your opinion in a way that's not dictatorship style, but you want to get her to understand that maybe she's not making the right decision. You show the pros and the cons, and make sure she understands that it has to make sense, for lack of a better term. But it is what it is. But yeah, that headline, very powerful statement indeed, Mr. Prime Minister. Indeed, men are to be protectors.
I was so happy that I was so happy that he was talking to the media.
Yeah, but what happened? I think a lot of folks are saying that they don't think the punishment was sufficient. But I mean, the sexual violence, what act do you call it?
It's a sexual offenses
act. That's what it says. It's 8 years.
Okay.
It's maximum apparently, and so I think in this case, this man would receive 5 years. It is a judgment call of the court and the judge. There's nothing you can do.
That is not true.
Could you appeal it?
Of course.
Okay, and then that's why we have the appeal court.
But it can't appeal it because, according to the media, the Department of Public Prosecution and counsel for the accused, they both advocated a lesser sentence.
And what's the argument for that?
The 5 years.
But what was the argument for it?
I don't want to comment on their arguments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it does seem as if we have some very serious immoral sexual acts going on in this country. People not being responsible. And so now the laws have to kick in to make sure that when people decide they're going to think a certain way, that they think about consequences, and that would probably deter them from making these very, very bad decisions. As a matter of fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I see in the headlines today, let me just pull this up quickly, if it is in the headlines, that apparently a man who may have been sentenced to a 30-year, a man who may have served the 30-year sentence for rape and burglary returned to prison on Monday, days after he allegedly raped a 73-year-old woman during a home invasion. Now, you're trying to figure this out now. This man, how old is he? 46.
And he went to prison
for 30 years. So
he went to prison
16.
at the age of 16.
16.
Okay.
Now, obviously, something is not right here.
What is not right?
He has a problem.
Okay, tell us his problem.
He has a problem. He has a mental problem. And I think that he needs to be evaluated to see exactly what is going on with him. Either that. Now, listen, we need to learn to protect our elderly. If we can't find a way to protect our elderly, the older people in our society, we have a serious problem. That's what the government really, really needs to look at.
Do you know what the president of the Court of Appeal recommended?
Let me see if I can see if it's here.
Huh?
So prosecutors say Ricardo Bannister, 46, committed a rape and burglary on January the 30th in New Providence, soon after his release from prison. So this happened right after his release. Bannister of Prince Street, Nassau Village, did not have to enter pleas to the charges when he made his initial appearance before Assistant Chief Magistrate Carolyn Vogue Evans. He was remanded to prison because the magistrate lacks the jurisdiction to consider bail. Mind you, this is just a little small clipping. Maybe I need to go to the larger story printed in the newspaper to get the rest of the information.
Did he pleaded guilty?
Let me see if I could find the Guardian or the Tribune's version of that.
It sounds like he wanted to return to prison after 30 years.
And I wanted to mention that because apparently it does seem as if, when in reality, the streets would have struck him after being released from prison for 30 years. I don't think he could have. He can find a way to adapt to this life outside of prison. This is what I'm thinking. I could be wrong, and for him, I can't. I guess he's in. I can't survive. It's best for me to be back.
It's best to commit another crime.
And that's not, the answer is not justify the means, but I guess for him, he figure, man, I can't do it. I won't survive with him. If he's been in prison for 30 years at the age of 16 to 46. So the human being and mind adjusts to certain things, environment, whether it's good or bad. It's It's one of those things. I'm not a psychologist, but in this case, it does seem as if he may have had a difficult time trying to readjust after 16 years of age. He's now 46. Some people can. While he was in prison, there should have been some sort of a program he could have been involved in to help him rehabilitate and get him ready to come back into population or society. But I think he just couldn't do it. 73 though. What do you want with a 73-year-old woman, man? Anyhow, but that's just one of those things. So his trial is already done?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. All I'm aware of is I heard the story, but I'm not sure as to what it is.
Wow, this is rather disturbing. This is rather disturbing. So the court has to now deal with this case with him, and obviously he has some issues that the court has to deal with, so that he doesn't commit this sort of a crime again. Anyhow, Sandro, on the other side.
This is Freedom March. Bradley Rolle is my spiritual advisor. Today, he's attempting to solve a deep social issue. There's no real punishment for some of these crimes. God save the Bahamas, God save the King.
Freedom March with Rodney Munker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. And of course, it's 5 o'clock. Bradley Rule is with me. And of course, I had to take
We'll find out. Don't worry
an
about that.
emergency call in the aftermath of all of the conversation we are discussing. Some people want to know whether or not I believe a father should discipline his daughter. Yeah, I believe a father should discipline his daughter, but I don't think he should voice her air drum. He may have to take a belt and wail her backside, but I don't think you should voice the air drum. But it's birthday time, my spiritual advisor.
You know what's interesting, Sandra?
Go ahead.
I never had to beat my daughter.
This is powerful.
Never once
This is powerful.
did I ever have to lay my hands on her. Never.
This is powerful.
So, you know, sometimes she just
thank
sit at
you.
my joy. I talk with her, you know. We have a lot of conversations. And
So in the case of the spiritual advisor,
it's the best thing to
he's
do.
able to talk and pray.
Yeah, man.
Don't voice the air drum.
That's the best way.
But you may have to take a belt and whip her and her brother. Okay? After all, there are many of us Negro who believe in a principle that if you spare the rod, you will spoil the child, but you do not voice air drum, and you do not leave mark and scars
excuse me.
and burns. It's birthday time, my
Yeah, let's
spiritual
do this
advisor.
birthday shout outs quickly. Who do we have? Edmund Taylor. We understand that Edmund Taylor is celebrating a birthday. It's coming from his loving wife, Mistress Denise Roxbury, kids, self-proclaimed sister, Anastasia, Miss Nuri, and the staff of Sandlands Laundry Department. Okay, so happy birthday shout out to Edmund Taylor. Patricia Barr, we want to send a happy belated birthday to Patricia Barr. It's coming from the class of Arm Bailey 83, especially in Panza. So happy birthday to Patricia Barr. Ricardo Johnson. Ricardo Johnson is celebrating a birthday. He's also known as the Coconut Man, coming from his mother, Lily, his sister Azaria, his nephew Amir, his aunt Sia, Nikki, Shakira, Alicia, and his uncle Louis, especially his grandmother Judy Taylor. They love you. Happy birthday to Ricardo Johnson. We want to send a special shout out to Valencia Woodside. Good afternoon, Mr. Monker and spiritual advisor. I'd like to extend congratulations to my daughter, Valencia Sonia Woodside, of 12R at R.M. Bailey Secondary School. She obtained a 3.63 and received the Principal's List Award for both summer and Christmas terms 2024. Mom Sonia, Dad Valentino, siblings Valentino, and Jade. So special shout out to daughter Valencia Sonia Woodside. And also a special shout out again to my good friend, Mr. Vasco Bastian. Listen, man, I appreciate this. You've bought me a ticket to Canada. May God continue to bless you, my brother, for your generosity. I read a passage today, Mr. Bastian, which is so applicable to those who have the means to help others along the way, in particular the rich people in this world. The scripture says that they're not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain, but to put their hope in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. Command the rich to be good in good deeds and be generous and willing to share. This is my ticket to Canada, courtesy of Mr. Vasco Bastian, the proprietor of the Esso service station on the corner of East Street and Soda Road. I thank you so much, Mr. Bastian. May God continue to bless you and your family. Indeed. All right, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor, and I join my spiritual advisor in thanking Mr. Bastian for the gift. Well, folks, you are familiar with some of the cultural practices of the Negro people, and to a large extent, we tend to put it on our West Indian brothers, even though they also have a similar culture. If you came from Haiti, you would say charbon. Charbon is charcoal. And before the arrival of the Haitians, Bahamians burned charcoal. It was used as fossil fuel for cooking and for ironing and for straightening your hair. I hope you remember that. You remember the goose? Well, in order to get the goose to work, you have to burn coal and then put some of the charcoal in the goose, and you can iron. And then, of course, if you were cooking, charcoal is perfect. If you're grilling, charcoal is perfect. If you were in the cosmetology business, charcoal was perfect. In fact, you may not believe me, I do have some maternal second cousins. They saw cousin Minnie straightening her hair, and those poor girls, they got grease, they greased down their hair, and they took a stick and put it in the burning charcoal, and then they began to straighten their hair with the fire, and at least one of them did die. This would have happened in the 60s, and I was a small child. So, charbon. Na tout moun haïtien ale na rajea pou boule charbon en pile. Plenty Haitian do go in the bush to burn charcoal. En pile anglais habite na rajea pou boule charbon. Plenty Bahamians have been living in the forest, living in the bushes, and they burn charcoal. So, it's a big business. My neighbor, he's in Hamilton, and the Hamiltons are some of the descendants from what the Negroes call Old General. Old General is that Carmichael Road area. There they occupied acres of ground land, and they burned the pine forests, the pine trees, and they made charbon, charcoal. In addition to that, they also did lime kiln. So today, there is a dispute over the burning of charcoal, charbon, narajia, in the bushes. And we saw an article where the minister responsible for the environment, the minister who is the member of parliament for Golden Eyes, he was compelled to go into the forest with officials with a view to stopping this striving coal burning industry.
That's deforestation, that's what you call it.
So, deforestation is when you go on the government land and do it. But if I have an uncle.
So what land was the?
I want you to listen to me.
The government is stepping out to tell them they need to stop what they're doing.
It is illegal to be burning fire. I have an uncle. Okay, my uncle is Forrester Bow. All my uncle had is Pine Barren. So if I decided, I don't know if he still have Pine Barren because I know he had one big tractor and he was pushing down all the land and selling rock. But if I decide to go on my uncle's estate. And I said, Uncle, I'd like to burn some coal. And he said, nephew, you may burn coal on the southern side of the hill. Well, certainly, that isn't deforestation. It might be illegal for me to be catching fire. And therefore, the question is, what provision in the law, if there's any, for a person who is in the charcoal industry to lawfully go into the forest or land that is available and burn the what's the name of the tree? Casurina. Pronounce that for me.
Casuarina?
Casuarina. Did I spell it correctly?
Casuarina, though?
Huh?
What's the name of the tree that's
The pine tree. The pine tree.
Yeah, it's pine tree. We know it's pine tree.
Pine. Cascarina
I was wondering.
is the other long, skinny one. When it drops needles, nothing can grow below the cascarina, if I'm saying it correctly. But nevertheless, the point that I'm making is we have been burning charcoal, and the people of the general, the people of headquarters, that's the name. That part of Carmichael Road was called headquarters. And the people have been burning charcoal and doing lime kill in that area, when to go in the back of there was to go in the back of God's back. To go in the back of there.
That's what they call it. But that's what
Only
it
the
isn't
West
that, though.
Indians were prepared to go in the back there, because many people said spirit was in the back there. It was too far. So many Bahamians who perhaps could have gotten a Crown grant lease and a Crown grant in the late 50s into the 60s didn't get it because they were superstitious. They say spirit live in the back there. They said ghosts live in the back there. Now, I think the government has to compromise, whereby a lot of the Haitians, they are not self-employed. They are employed by Bahamians. So gone are the days when we, the Bahamians, burn the charbor. I'm not making any excuse.
That's what it sound like.
No, I'm dealing with the facts.
But this stuff has some very serious environmental impact.
And so, you will talk about the environment when I put my case, my spiritual advisor. And so, the question that I ask is, how can that industry strive without creating any problems for people in the community? How? We ought to think about it, because charcoal is very good when you're having picnics, when you're having fairs, when you're having cultural event where you have to fry fishes, fry fritters, do cooking. You need your charcoal. And then, of course, there was this woman who lived on Ruberdale Lane in Bainstown. There were two things that she loved to eat. She loved to eat charcoal, and she loved to eat limestone after it was burned on the lime kiln. That's all I'm saying. And I don't want everybody to be blaming us, the Haitian people. We're working for Bahamians. Okay?
And the coal going back to Haiti.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
That is not true.
Okay.
Okay? When it's going to Haiti, I want you to produce the evidence for me. First of all, how does it get to Haiti? On Bahamas Air?
No, it goes back on the same boats which bring the
We
plantain.
don't allow a plane to come to Haiti now.
The same boat which bring the plantain.
What boat?
Let's go back to Haiti.
What boat?
Right there on
Come
Albert
on,
Key.
stop it. All right?
Part of
So, we have to live
at the part
as one.
At the part of ski.
We need the Haitians and the Bahamians to work this out. My people.
Sandra, why don't you stop doing what you're doing, man?
What am I doing? I am the
You're
only
just stressing
person
us.
who can be objective in it.
You call it being
Your
objective.
uncle
spinning
got
this thing,
any
man.
land in Carmichael Road?
You spinning this thing, man.
Your uncle have any land in Carmichael Road?
No, not tonight.
Well, I could burn, if I want to burn coal, I could go to my uncle.
Yeah. Why don't you do it?
Huh?
You've never done it though.
I'm old.
Yeah. You
There's some
didn't do it when you
things-
was
I'm
young
sick.
either.
Okay? So, I just wanted. But it was interesting to note that the Member of Parliament for Golden Isles, Minister Warren Miller, did lead a delegation into the forest. There, they stopped what was taking place. All I want to know is who got the coal? And that's all I want. That's all I want to know. And I reserve the right to go into the forest and to extract some of the coal deposit that was left in the Rajaya. That's the bushes. So charbor, charcoal. Charbor, charcoal. All right? And it did create a lot of employment. I had many neighbors who were farming in Carmichael Road, and they would burn the charcoal, and they would come to Black Village with bags upon bags, or bushel upon bushel of charcoal, and plenty money was made of the charcoal. So I was saddened when the government had to enforce the law, but I said nothing because the law must be enforced. So, for a second, allow me to stand in solidarité ak Munyo Moya. My spiritual advisor, you gotta be a Haitian.
You need to stop this,
Everything I say, you
You
understand.
forget what that fella tell you to the effing convention. You think this is a game, eh?
Which fella? You mean the one who almost punched me down? That's bad,
You think this is a game, man?
For me to be an FNL,
Man,
and I go to the convention,
This some
and two
serious-
of my FNM brothers, they throw two of the biggest blow at me. It's amazing. Don't they know I'm sick? I'm the worst man to strike down. You get charged with murder. Anyway, it's powerful. So I want to stand, map camper ak solidar avec tout moun yo haïtien. Map connaît pas de
so the Haitians are in the
ministère.
coal mining business in the Bahamas.
Yes, they wait for
But what
Bahamians.
is interesting is they have caused issues for their own country in Haiti by doing the same deforestation.
No, it's
right?
different.
And it's caused some very serious problems.
My spiritual advisor,
especially in Haiti,
stop
along with
saying
mudslides.
there's no
and some-
deforestation in the Bahamas. In Nassau, there's no deforestation that is comparable.
So there's no
to
crown
the
land
problem
being burned down?
in Haiti.
and they use it for coal. Ain't no
All right.
crown land being done.
Have you visited the property?
Anyhow, Senator, we have some very serious issues.
My
that
spiritual
we need to pay
advisor,
attention
you have to be very careful because
Environmental impact is one of those
you're
things.
talking about crown land.
Trees are used to
You wouldn't want me to
absorb
read-
carbon dioxide.
You wouldn't
from
want
the
me to
atmosphere.
read. Have you ever heard about the MP list? I'm talking to you.
MP list,
Yeah.
the music thing.
No, the MP list is the Crown Grant list for members of Parliament.
Okay.
You know anything about
They're
that?
allowed to lease.
Do you know?
Yes,
any-
yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Then name me two MPs in the 50s, early 60s who got Crown
I
Grant.
couldn't tell you, but I know I spoke to my MP about it.
And he's on the list?
No, he told me he was trying to see if he could help me out. I was looking
No,
for.
I ain't talking about that, man. I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Well, I wouldn't know that. What's your point with this MP list, though?
Title in the Carmichael Road, depending on which part, has been controversial. I don't want to call those fallen MPs names.
So who owns these lands that are being burned down?
I don't know. I don't know who owned it.
All I know is there's some people who, during the French colony days, they're here in the Bahamas and they're doing the exact same thing they do back in their country.
My spiritual
And it's creating
advisor,
a
the
problem.
Haitians and
Creating
the
a problem.
Bahamians and the Jamaicans We all know how to burn for coal. Stop it. We're all Africans.
That's right. You don't have
We
no
all
love.
know.
You don't have no love for your country, man.
Right?
You ain't serious.
What you mean I don't have
You
any
ain't
love
serious,
for my
Sandra.
country? If I want to burn coal, I would not go into the government
Okay,
forest.
let's see what the story says.
My uncle got enough land that I could go to my uncle and say, Uncle, things are rough.
Let's see what the story
I want to
says.
burn coal, or I want to do a lime kill. Where I live in Black Village, that was a lime kill. Mr. Stanley and Mr. Ephraim, as a child, they burned lime. Okay? Exactly where I live in Black Village. So, I'm not listening to my spiritual advisor.
What does the story say?
You want the story? I have the
read
story
it,
here.
Read it, read it.
No, I'll give it to you. Let's you read it.
Let's see what it says
Let's see
here.
what the story is. Because, child
Two
boy.
illegal charcoal manufacturing sites in the Golden Isles constituency were shut down by the government yesterday. And the Minister of Environment, Wal Miller, said work will be done to ensure they cannot begin operations again. So apparently this stuff that was happening in Golden Isles was illegal. All right? 2 charcoal manufacturing sites. So, I mean, obviously the government decided to shut them down because they know that this is something that is not good for the
Who did
environment.
the government say were occupying
It's just
that
a little
land?
short clip I have here, but I can't.
My spiritual advisor
You have
here
you
is
have
the
details?
article, man.
Okay.
Jesus have mercy.
So now listen, they named them as illegal coal production sites. You know anything about that? This is how they describe them. Illegal coal production sites. All right? You see how you're not an honest person?
I am listening to you.
So-
Let me stop you then, since
See,
you think I'm
Yeah,
dishonest.
you're not honest.
Do you know...
The government calls them
Let me
illegal.
stop you then. Do you know the F&M named Miller, who has a 2-story building on the southern side, just about 100 feet west of Gladstone Road? I think if I have my geography right, he was the biggest F&M in the world.
So what does it have to do with this here?
Just across from where he lives, or used to live. I believe they may have
Let's
sold
read this
it.
quickly before 5.
Just before,
Let's read this quick.
just hold a second. Since you say I'm covering up. Over there on the southern side, who you think was burning coal there? The people of Black Village. All right? Anybody, go ahead.
And the matter of fact, it says 2 more illegal coal production sites. It means there were others.
There are many in
All
that
right?
area.
So 2 illegal charcoal manufacturing sites in the Golden Isles constituency were shut down by the government yesterday, and the Minister of the Environment, Warren Miller, said work will be done to ensure they cannot begin operations again. We began to eradicate this site, he said. There are 2 of them in this area. There's a smaller one west of this one, not too far from here. Both of these sites will be eliminated, eradicated, destroyed, and the critical important thing is to make certain that we continue to monitor the area to make certain that they do not rebuild these sites, because my understanding is sites have been eradicated or destroyed before, but persons would wait for a while and then return and build. We will make certain that this will not happen again in this instance. There have been long complaints from residents about the environment and health impacts of the coal production and the unregulated sites. Miller said he's calling for the people responsible for these sites to be punished to the maximum extent of the law. He said there's a demand for coal and noted that.
He said there is a demand for coal?
Yeah, he said there's a demand
Don't
for coal.
I see. Go ahead. Sayutande mi said di. Truth the man who shall bo you. Shall bo you. Shall bo you. Charcoal is powerful. This is Freedom March. God save Carmichael Village. God save that outgoing industry. God save the king. We'll be right back.
Do you have something to say to the senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV.
Hello, ambitious women. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? This is your chance to shine. I'm Adriana Fox, co-founder of the Fox Foundation.
And I'm Adriel Fox, Legacy Advocate of the Fox Foundation.
We're thrilled to announce the second annual Women's Entrepreneurship Episode Grant Initiative, created to empower and support women like you who are making waves in the business world.
This year, we're offering $75,000 in grants to female entrepreneurs with innovative business ideas in undersaturated markets and industries that have yet to reach their full potential. Our top 3 prizes are $25,000 for first place, $20,000 for second place, and $15,000 for third place. In addition, 7 runner-ups will receive $2,000.
We encourage businesses such as those in digital markets like web innovations, AI-driven service, niche e-commerce, or emerging industries such as green technologies, health tech, cultural tourism, and personalized educational platform. Whether you're launching a startup, scaling your business, or tackling that big idea that needs a financial boost, this grant is for you. Last year, we funded 10 incredible entrepreneurs, and this year, it could be you.
Imagine what you could achieve with the funding to grow your dreams.
Apply now and join a powerful community of women entrepreneurs leading the way. Applications are open from January 31st to February 28th. Don't wait. Visit our website for more information. This is your opportunity to break into a growing market and make an impact. Apply today and let's build a future of unstoppable women entrepreneurs together.
This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. Tanya, are you there? Hello?
Good afternoon, Rodney Monker, and good afternoon, Spiritual Advisor. Tanya coming to you live from ShopSmart Department Store, and we are visiting the toy department. In our toy department, we have toys for all ages and all type characters. We've got toys for the little ones, whether you're looking for Paw Patrol, Baby Shark, you're looking for the Minnie and Mickey, maybe you were looking for one of those big teddy bears that we have. You're looking for educational toys, we've got you covered in that department as well. We've got toys for all age groups. Whether you're looking for building blocks, whether you're looking for toys for the bath time, or you're looking for toys for projects. We've got all of the animals that the kids are always in looking for to complete those projects at school. They can come right here at ShopSmart Department Store. We've got them in all different type sizes. Now, we also have toys for the little girls. So if you're looking for doll babies, we've got aisles upon aisles of pure doll babies just for you. We have them in the crib, in the cradle. We've got them walking in the push. We've got them on bicycles. We've got them with their whole family in the wedding dress. We've got them in small, medium, and large sizes. Whatever size doll baby you're looking for your little girl, we've got you covered with those. If you're looking for more girls' toys, maybe you're looking for a musical instrument for a little girl. Maybe you're looking for those arts and craft items, the makeup sets that they like to make. Maybe you're looking for the big kitchen or all of the accessories that go with the tea party and having the kitchen. Or maybe you're looking for that big doll house. You want to get that big doll house for your daughter? You can come right here to ShopSmart. We've got you covered, like we say, from the ceiling to the floor, wall to wall, aisle for aisle. We've got you covered. You're looking for something for the little boys. We did not forget them. You can come on into ShopSmart. We've got you covered. We've got from the mega toolkit all the way down to the little toolkit with all of the construction trucks and cars. We've got all of the big wheel cars. Maybe you want those monster trucks. We've got you covered with that as well. Maybe they want the transport or the race cars, the Hot Wheel cars, all of those police and fire trucks that they're forever looking for as little boys. We've got you covered with that as well. Or maybe you're looking for the characters. You want those action figures. Maybe you're looking for the Incredible Hulk. You're looking for Spider-Man, Batman. You're looking for Groot. You're looking for Thor, for Black Panther. Whoever you're looking for, in whatever type character you're looking for it, boys, we've got you covered with the Transformers and all of the robots. Right here, ShopSmart have a fully robust toy department store. All of your dinosaurs and dragons. If you're looking for them, we've got you covered there as well. All of your doctor sets. All you need to do is come on into ShopSmart Department Store. Like we say, we're here for you for whatever season of your life and for everyday living. So if you're looking for a gift this year, all you need to do is come into ShopSmart Toy Department. We've got you covered. We're open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for your shopping convenience. And like we always say, shop early, shop often, and shop smart. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we look forward to talking to you again tomorrow.
Okay, Tanya, I thank you very much. And I want the public to know that Tanya is one of the women them. Now, just before we open the line, my spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, was reading from an article, but unfortunately, he did not have an opportunity to conclude the final part of the article in which the minister responsible for the environment and the member of parliament for Golden Isles, the Honorable Warren Miller, said something very interesting. I think I'm going to invite the spiritual advisor to...
No, you read it.
No, I think it's better...
No, you read it.
Okay.
Yeah, you read it.
Warren Miller says that the government is willing to consider the regulated production of appropriate sites. Quote, there are one or two Bahamians who approach me about doing it holistically, and so we will certainly entertain them because there is a demand for this, but it has to be regulated, Mr. Miller said. It has to be prescribed and done properly. So there is a demand for it. There is room for that. We would love to entertain that, but it's just that it cannot be done in this manner or in a residential area. So I put my case. Remember I told you that there are residents from my community, Black Village, who owns land in headquarters, that's the Michael Road area, and they have been burning coal for over 70 years. So it's not only the Haitians are more dedicated, and they have been employed by Bahamians. I know. See, I know the secret. And so, as I conclude, I will say to Bahamians and Haitians that perhaps they should get together, do a joint venture, and petition Warren Miller to get into the coal production industry, charbon production industry. And this is powerful. Our spiritual advisor, will you please open the lines?
Yes, we're going to open the lines now. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 and 698-0776. We'll start before we open the lines. Now, I'm getting a little bit of clarity on the shooting incident in Yamacraw. It seems as if there was a shootout on one bus involving a passenger shooting at another individual in a second bus. Did you get that?
Well, you might be correct, but that isn't what my police source told me.
Okay. So
but you might be correct.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, because, you know. But go ahead, let's hear it.
Yeah.
So there was a gunman in a jitney.
Yes, yeah, on one bus.
Was he the jitney driver?
It doesn't seem so. He was in a shootout with somebody else on another bus.
Okay.
Now, the other bus may have been the jitney driver.
Okay.
Because I understand one of the drivers had on a bracelet, right? Is it so?
One of the drivers is reported to have had on a bracelet, but then maybe it's the gunman who had on the bracelet, the other gunman.
Okay.
But that isn't what I have been told. I've been told that the two men are jitney drivers. Well, what was the police reporting?
Okay, so the bus driver scares residents. So it says a number of student passengers were put in harm's way during a shooting incident on Tuesday morning that reportedly involved a public transportation jitney passenger shooting at occupants of another jitney. And this incident unfolded on Yamacraw Road. It's understanding that just steps away, a gunshot started to ring out. As noted, his uncle, also a passenger on the bus involved in the daytime shooting, the man relayed that his uncle, I don't know, they have this story kind of a little confused. Anyhow, that's what somebody sent me this text here, that it apparently involved a passenger, a jitney passenger shooting at occupants of another jitney.
Okay.
So that's what it seems as if
that
the
is
story
what one source has given you.
We need to go to Eyewitness News and see what their source is.
Well, that ain't what the police tell me.
Okay. All right.
Now, the police could be wrong, but that ain't what the police tell me.
Okay.
All right? Yeah. Anyway, let's open up.
Let's open lines 323-777-775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, good afternoon.
How y'all doing?
We're doing well.
So they burning coal in the back of Carmichael, right? And it's against the law. Right, Mr. Spiritual Advisor?
Yeah,
It's against the law, right?
yeah, that's what the government
Suppose
says.
they was growing illegal drugs or like marijuana or they had a meth farm in the back. They're doing something illegal. So it doesn't matter if Bahamians or Jamaicans or Asians involved. It's against the law. See, Mr. Monka got to understand that we are living in a more futuristic time. We're not back 40, 50 years ago. Okay? So he can't be sitting there saying, oh, he's taking up for the Asians because the Asians and the Bahamians out there burning coal. If Bahamians involved, we put their backsides in jail too. Okay? Mr. Monka, you got to understand this country was built on the blood and sweat of Bahamians for 300-400 years. Yes, we welcome Asians here. I'm more Asian than you, but I will not go against the Muhammad.
Obviously, you're not a real Haitian because
you don't know me. You don't know me.
Parce que ou habite à côté de Kai, what is my name? Minister responsible for
You have to
immigration.
respect this country, sir. You have to respect this country.
Anyway,
I don't know following you as the people them. I don't follow you out my friggin' door.
Well, I would hope
I won't
that
follow you nowhere, sir.
no problem. We got to argue over it. I merely pointed out the history involving Cha Boer.
You have to be careful with this man. This man is very dangerous for our country to moving our country forward.
Anyway,
He's sending the wrong message.
you have a good day. Next caller.
Welcome to Freedom March Caller. You're live.
Hello.
Good afternoon, caller. Go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Monka,
Sir.
you aware as to why so many men are molesting with the young daughters and young boys?
No, I don't know. Would you share it with me?
You know why?
Why?
We have strayed away from the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Oh, like
the principles of the Bible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the church is now, you know that famous restaurant, place on West Bay Street there? Nightclub? You remember the name of that?
No, I don't.
It's called the Zoo.
Oh, yeah, the Zoo.
You remember that? They burned it down?
Yeah.
Some of these churches are operating just like that.
Don't say that.
It's no spirituality. People are not being told that it's wrong to do wrong and sin. People are not being told that anymore. It's all a showtime party. Dark lights, not bright lights. Most of these churches are operating like the world, and pastors are sitting in them. They're not preaching what is supposed to be told. That is wrong for a man to molest with his daughter or his young boy.
You're absolutely right.
Or any other person, child, or children.
Yeah.
Yes. It's gone. Spiritual advisor?
It is gone, my
Stand
friend.
fine.
It's a serious thing.
Stand fine.
Thank you so much, caller. Welcome to Freedom March Caller. You're live.
Good afternoon, Rodney Monka, Spiritual Advisor.
Good afternoon, sir.
Congratulations to you, man. I'm proud of you. Good. You'll see your daughter in Canada. You need a break.
Thank you.
Spiritual Advisor.
Yes, sir?
I have a problem. BTC, I cannot watch the parliamentary channel. Can you call the president of BTC, let them know I pay my bill to the 00, and they're not fixing the channel from last year? I have bad service, or could you call the minister responsible for that?
Yeah, Punkinita. You know, Rodney has a direct contact
My
with
special
BTC.
advisor, he knows that better than you, but he wants you to do it.
But
I said you, Rodney Monka.
Punkinita, BTC was on this show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Talking about a product that they were getting ready to launch. And they bought a gift for Senator Monka. So if it's anyone who has a direct, see, I don't have no BTC phone.
The devil is a liar.
So I can't call.
My God.
Yeah,
Thou
see?
should not
Watch me
covet
spin. I can be
thy
just like that.
neighbor's wife.
I can be just like
Thou should not covet thy neighbor's art. Thou should not covet thy neighbor's ass.
Punkinito, watch this spin. Watch the spin, Punkinito.
Yeah, I know you spin, but yeah.
No, I spin it now. I can spin.
I hope the president listen to his show.
Yeah. They bought him again. If he has a direct
I
line.
will leave you alone. I will talk. I will talk to management.
And guess what?
I'll talk to
the
management.
supervisors and the managers don't take calls. They don't return your calls.
What should I tell him is your name? What is your name?
Warren McCartney and Carlton Smith need to go. Because I've been calling from last year and they ain't solved my problem. I agree with Sean McCready. We need to amend ERCA. ERCA's a lousy, wasting my taxpayers' money.
When did Sean McQueenie say that?
Last several years. Remember when you chairman of Constitution Reform?
Yeah.
He said that. Read the article.
Okay.
It's online.
Now, what is your name? So when I talk to Patel Club.
Peter man, Peter L. McPhee.
Peter
McPhee. Okay. From dad a while ago.
Peter L. McPhee.
You just talked to my dad a couple of minutes ago. Oh, in the first hour.
I spoke to your father?
You talked to him. You talk about him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember that?
The pumpkin eater. No, I don't remember.
You Ryan McPhee school?
That's your daddy?
Yep. Nobody told me.
No wonder you were PLP.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a part of majority rule.
This is powerful.
So Ray Davis and majority rule. Again, that's why the minister need to work on my problem with BTC. I think it's there for them.
You're Uriah McPhee's son?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You know they had a little small house right in the front of the Uriah McPhee Primary School?
Yeah.
You grew up there?
No.
Oh.
I grew up in Strong Valley.
Oh, okay.
The two-story building that goes back for Crane College.
Oh, that's where you at? Okay, because I grew up in Camp Road. I used to go to Uriah McPhee Primary School.
Yeah. I can imagine that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Punky.
So, Rodney Marker?
So?
Go fix. With BTC. Or call Donald Trump.
Okay.
Have a good day, man.
All right, thank you.
Trump doing a good job with Israel. Follow that. He's going to clean up the Israel problem.
Really?
Yeah, you don't follow the news, man.
Okay.
Bring it up right on Fox.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look at the Punky.
And guess what? BTC took away Fox. Fox is Donald Trump channel. They need to put that back.
Really? That's what BTC did?
They take it away because it's Donald Trump channel.
Really?
Yeah, they're getting a bad service down here, man. The chairman need to go.
Where do you live?
Fix. Have a good day.
Okay.
All right, take care, Punky.
Man, that's Uriah McPhee's son.
Yeah. Interesting. 323-7775. We got two complaints before we take the next call. Vendors at the Bahamas Public Beaches and Parks Authority complaining that they haven't been paid since December the 14th. And they want to find out from the chairman of the Beach and Parks Authority, the Honorable Michael Barnaby, what is going on with their pay. Vendors are complaining that they haven't been paid since December the 14th, and the Public Beaches and Parks Authority has been promising to pay them, and they haven't been paid. This is now February, today's the 11th? And so the other complaint is that the police reservists has not been paid since December, and they were asked about the payment, and they were told there is no money. Are you all sure about this now? But I know for a fact about the Public Parks and Beach Authority that there's been no payment since December the 14th. Michael Barnaby, you care to respond to this complaint? Just send me a text. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. 323-7775 is the number to call. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hey, Bradley.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, call. You're live.
All is well.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah. Just the homeboy, corner boy, man. You want Cooper there, now that was this shit, right? And you know who is this?
What's your
name?
Okay.
Now, I respect Rodney Munker. I used to watch Rodney Munker, and I used to read everything he posts in the post way back then, right? But I was scared, man. How you talk about this? I said, look like you want to take over along with this. I said, I was scared. You know what I'm saying? So, say we got to do something. Either you down with the payment, or you down with I said. You know what I mean? Look, Rodney, I respect you. You know, boy, like I say, I used to watch you from you young. But right now, what you talking on this radio, I put up with this, I can doing these dumb things, the question then ain't make no sense, right? Let's change some things, right? Hey, Bradley.
Yes, sir.
We can link up on the weekend, we can link up, right?
All right, take care now.
All right, brother.
Yeah, take care. All right, good. 323-7775 is the number to call. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. All right, we lost that call. 698-0775, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Caller, you there?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead, caller. You're live.
All right, spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir.
How are you, man?
Doing well, thank you.
Yeah, man. Boy, you make me proud when I hear you saying that you're traveling to go see your daughter. My last one is a daughter, too, so
Yeah.
I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah, man.
You sound to be a proud father.
Yeah, man. You got special
But
love for your
listen,
daughters.
I want you maybe to answer this, but I want Mr. Manka to do an investigation for you. Mr. Manka, you there?
I'm here.
All right, listen. Could you find out my mind going back when you saw when you mentioned that spiritual advisor mentioned about the boat from Haiti and the coal going on there. You didn't find out for minutes what happened to our bananas?
Which minutes is this you're referring to?
I don't know Hubert Menace. You remember Hubert Menace? Say we should be getting bananas from Haiti. Could you find out from him what happened to our bananas?
I will have to talk to him, but he don't really talk to me. But I'll try. I'll try to find out from.
Yeah, because I think they spend some money for them bananas, eh? But we ain't get no bananas from Haiti and all that. But
Really?
you do the research. You do a lot of research. Last time he did all of them, you were saying we should be getting bananas from Haiti. He had big press conference and everything there. So find out what happened to the bananas, and I'll let you know.
I'll look into it. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, caller. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. 323-7775.
Good day.
You're live, caller. Go
How are
ahead.
you all?
All right, now you got 60 seconds now. Go quick.
Yes. Mr. Advisor, don't be rude.
No, I'm not being rude. You have 60 seconds.
I
Go
heard
ahead.
you, sir.
Okay.
Yes. I'd like to say to the parents, please be proactive. We know glad is coming up. Get your children ready. Get the script from the examination center there on Harold Road and be proactive. And let's get them prepared for GLAD. I also tutor, and if Mr. Mulker doesn't mind, you can give your information to him and he'll get it to me. You all have a blessed day.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Now, appreciate that. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Hello.
Hello.
You're live, caller.
Hello.
You got 60
How you doing?
seconds. Go ahead, caller.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, what I want you to ask Rodney and spiritual advisor. The Texan Cakers are giving their elderly people $1,000 every year. That's Christmas time.
Really?
Why can't our government do that for our people and pay our citizens the money that they owe them? Find out from Rodney and spiritual advisor.
Leave it to me. I'm gonna talk to Miles Laroda. He is the minister responsible for old people, and I'll see what he says. Okay? This is powerful.
Thanks so much. Could we take another call? Because I know we're up, right? Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller. You got 60 seconds.
Hello?
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, spiritual advisor and Mr. Munker.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm calling to wish my husband and his sister a happy birthday.
Okay.
Wow.
His name is Ishmael Francis,
Yes.
Okay.
and his sister name is Kendra Seeley.
Are they twins?
No, they are. My husband's birthday was yesterday,
Okay.
and her birthday is today.
Oh, okay.
Mother and
Okay.
sister.
Right. Okay.
It's coming from their mom and dad, Dr. Emmanuel Francis,
Yes.
and his wife, Shirley Francis,
Yes.
and Kendra from
Yes.
her husband, Darius Seeley, her two sons, and her one sister, Denise Francis, and the whole entire Francis family and the Johnson family.
Listen.
You all go to have a blessed evening.
We thank you and we join you in wishing your brother and sister a happy, happy birthday. Did I say it correctly? I think I did, eh? Yes, thank you. Okay. Well, talking about the Francis, I failed to say yesterday, the Dr. Keith Wisdom, in his thesis on Junkanoo, he studied Wola Francis, and he knows everything about how Wola Francis does the Wola shuffle. He studied Perry Christie. He knows how Christie dance, and it's phenomenal. So everybody will now see why I am studying pigeon plump and hope to get my doctorate in it. Paul, my spiritual advisor, you is that the end of it?
Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're about the end of the show.
Well, folks, we have to talk to the jitney drivers and their passengers that it is against the law to be in the possession of a gun and to be firing guns in a public place. So I want everybody to be safe and take care. And if they continue to fire guns around the jitney, we'll have to boycott the jitney and catch taxi. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save young people everywhere. God save the King. It's powerful today. Tomorrow.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom